Hey mate, Dennis.
Hey, Dennis, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How you doing?
Good, how are you? Will it make things very hard for you?
Huh?
Will it make things very hard for you?
I want to try something weird.
Oh, yeah?
So, I've just bought this.
Nice, okay.
Do you know what it is?
No, is that a mixer or something?
Something like that.
Okay.
So I've not used it before.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see if we can do a little tester on it. See how best to test it, etc. You tell me when. Yeah, cool. So Mackenzie Siren just bowling the ball out there. He's got Priz. Priz long over the top. Oh no! Back in the middle for Coop! 2-2!
We're going to have a little stoppage here. Welcome back here to Pioneers Park. No, he's been helping me out throughout the day. So it's a warm welcome here to Pioneers Park in Malabar for this.
Yeah, sorry, just until I get the headset settled and stuff. Yeah, okay, good to go now if you are. And you're all very welcome. The Village Green. It's round 29, and there's Glenn Stubbings giving us away. I had a lovely chat to Glenn Stubbings earlier on. He said he always likes to give a wave to his son, Matteo. Matteo, if you're watching, hope you're going to enjoy the game. Your dad is out there. He's running one of the lines. Well, we start with the refs. We don't always start with the refs, but it's Jack Nelson. He's going to be our centre ref here today. Glenn Stubbings, as mentioned, dad of Matteo, is going to be running the line on one side. Hayden Kay is on the other, and Rory McFarlane, he is our fourth official today. Bringing those teams as well. An interesting game here. Manly United, a win today and a win next week guarantees them playoff football. There are very few teams in this very congested league table who can say that, but Manly United are one of those. They've got Mackenzie Siren in goal. As you can see down there below us, Jesse Perez is the captain, and he's in the back four with O'Driscoll, Kakero Ono, and Luke Neuenhoff back in the side today. Crucial addition, Luke Neuenhoff. Saxon Hillier, Stefan de Robillard, Darcy Burgess, and Douglas John are in the midfield. Douglas John in the 29 jersey. And then up front, it is Ben, Coop, and Kai Evans. An interesting mix of youth and experience on the bench. It's O'Donoghue, Kimura, Martinello, Folder, Turner, Hume, and Kit Harper. More on him later. Across the way now, and looking like they're going to be playing from right to left. It's the home side, University of New South Wales. The only team, it's a very bizarre situation, the only team with nothing to play for here except pride. Every other team in the competition is either looking to stave off relegation, looking to get themselves into the playoffs, or looking to cement a better playoff position for themselves. It's Prendergast in goal, Vinci, Wood, Lynch and Barbich at the back, Harb, Malfara, Duffy and McGuinness in midfield, Sean Woods and Ollie Pufflet, they are going to be up front. Now, before my last match here against University of New South Wales featuring I jokingly mentioned that there's no Irish team or no team of Irish heritage in this NPL New South Wales, but very much sounded like it with some of the names that were in the Uni of New South Wales side. There's Liam's, there's Sean's, and their president sort of laughed it off and said, no, we're not like that at all. And so today, a debut for Rufus McGuinness, as if to prove my point. So not quite the Irish team, but a lot of Irish influence in the names. And Jack Nelson gets us underway. Manly playing in blue with red trim and white socks, and they're playing from left to right. And they're getting us going straight away. And a hard challenge there from Grant Lynch, and a second challenge from Lynch. He's done really well to win that challenge. And he's found Jyden Harb, who has been the absolute danger man for this team all year. 9 goals to his name. But, lots of those goals have been the difference between winning and losing, the difference between a draw and a win. Crucial goals from free kicks as well. He's also their penalty taker. He has been the absolute key man in only his first season at this level, having come up from 2 tiers below last year. And first decision for a match referee to make, and he waves it away. No foul there, he says, as the ball comes back to Tristan Prendergast. He'll be glad to get an early touch there, Prendergast. He's been excellent all year. Had a little bit of a shocker incident a couple of weeks ago here when I was calling the game against Sydney Olympic. Ball just slipped through his fingers. And he recovered well, both during that match and in recent matches. As we see Evans here down below, starting to play the ball forward. But, Vinci is there, blocks the ball well. And out for throw in now, which the captain will take. Jesse Priz. Not many options for Priz. Burgess coming short. And, looks to go long, finds Coop nicely. Coop holds the ball up beautifully and finds Burgess. Back for Hillier. They've got a classic formation, Manly. 2 strong central defenders at the back, Neuenhoff and O'Driscoll. And then a classic 6, wearing 6 in Hillier. He gets the ball, he brings other people into it. He's tenacious in defence. And that frees up space, of course, for Darcy Burgess, the man who makes this team tick, who gets them going forward. And on the other side of the field, that's often this man, Alex Malfara. And he spreads it out now to this near side. And he finds Vinci. Back again for Malfara. And Malfara across for Wood. Wood outside for Barbich. Gets around one, little tug of the jersey there. And slight delay from the referee. As Stefan de Robillard just tugs back Anthony Barbich. Referee seeing if anything develops from that. Nothing develops, and so free kick awarded. And it's back with Prendergast, who finds Lynch. Grant Lynch striding forward. Grant Lynch. And still Grant Lynch looks to place the ball in low. Drops it in nicely. And now the cross comes in at the back post. Chance there at the near post then eventually where the ball was driven in low. Really nicely by Vinci. 2 options in the middle there. McGuinness being one of them. The ball was cut out by a Manly defender. Goalkeeper wrong-footed. I don't think he would have gotten across to that in time. But, out it goes for a corner kick. Our first corner kick of the game. University of New South Wales having a little bit of a conference to see who's going to take it. And eventually it's Alex Malfara. And as I say, in almost every match that I have, there's always a Malfara playing. I'm not sure I've had a game without a Malfara in recent weeks. And Alex is our Malfara for this week. With that tremendous moustache that he has. And he plays it in short for Harb. Harb, beautiful flick down for Lynch. Lynch with the shot. Just over the corner there of the post and crossbar. Lovely little move there. Malfara to Harb. Harb back for Lynch. Lynch pulling away from his defenders. As we know, a very, very accomplished futsal player, Grant Lynch, has represented Australia on numerous occasions. And, looking to drive in a shot there. And, here he is again, Lynch, now winning the ball in the air. And, Coop is looking to get there. Coop and Malfara has a little tussle. A fair tussle, says our referee. And, they're winning it back really well in midfield, Manly. And here is Coop again. And now he finds Evans. Evans, 2 defenders close him down really quickly. So he drops it back. For Priz. Inside there for John. Douglas John. Plays it over the top for Ono. Ono. Is he in behind? Well, for a fraction of a second he was in behind there. But lovely recovery from Barbich. And now a chance for the home side to break. Harb switches the play. Well, looks to switch the play beautifully, but Ono works his way back beautifully there. Nearly caught in possession by Pufflet. And Neuenhoff just chooses to play it long. Comes across for Liam Wood. Speaking to a few of the Manly players before kick-off. Aaron O'Driscoll amongst them, my fellow Dubliner. Played for Cherry Orchard, a fantastic nursery of talent. If you'll pardon the pun, Cherry Orchard, a fantastic nursery of talent in Dublin. He played there as a junior. And he was saying that very, very few of his teammates have played on this ground. They're not familiar with it, but here's a man who is. It's Jayden Harb, and he's looking to play the ball across. But, Neuenhoff is there, does well. Sweeps across and cuts out that cross from Harb. But, back to Arno Driscoll briefly. Said very, very few of his Manly teammates have played on this ground. Had the same conversation with a couple of Sutherland Sharks players. They gave me the same feedback. Very few people have actually played on this ground before. It's a tight ground. It can be tricky at times. And, that's why it's been a bit of a fortress for the University of New South Wales this year. They've won the vast majority of their wins here on this ground. And here is Harb now flicking in the corner. But it's headed away really well by Priz. And he had to be there quickly because Sean Woods attacked that ball really well. And there is a little pen picture of the field. The ball just bouncing very, very unusually. Crossed in now. A little bit too far from Mackenzie Cyron. Just drew his hands away at the last moment. But you can see the ball there just on that far side. An absolute dead bounce. Manly player couldn't respond quickly enough. University of New South Wales picked up the ball really, really quickly. Got a cross in. That's that little bit of home advantage that has helped this University of New South Wales team no end this year. And now the battle recommences in midfield. Burgess does well, wins it. Drops it off short for John. And John then for Ono. Ono looking to play the ball over the top. A little bit too much on that though. Ben Coop, I think, was calling for it to feet. Over the top it went from Ono. And back again with Lynch, who in turn finds Malfara. Malfara weighing up his options there. A little bit of movement in front, but nothing too obvious, and so he drops it off now for Wood. Wood now plays the ball long for Harb. Can't quite get a touch there, Harb. He's on it again, it's Jayden Harb. And he crosses it again. Another dangerous cross. And two Manly players collide in trying to get the ball away. It's Priz and O'Driscoll. They just did enough, and in fact the referee says the last touch there did come off Sean Woods. Those crosses from the right hand side from Jayden Harb causing a little bit of havoc so far. Just over 6 minutes gone, almost 7 minutes gone in this first half. Is it going to be one of those interesting games at the end of a season where one team has everything to play for, and so they're just a little bit tense? And University of New South Wales, nothing apart from pride to play for. They're guaranteed to stay in the division. They cannot make the playoffs. And so does that mean they'll play with that little bit more freedom? That's certainly been the case so far. That's Vinci. He's caught late there, Vinci, by Evans. But, got the ball back for Lynch. Lynch, who finds Wood. Wood, well, he's left his teammate short there. And de Robillard now breaks forward. Burgess inside. Looks to drop it off, but Malfara does well. Works back really hard there, Alex Malfara. And then drops it back for Prendergast. Lovely piece of skill from Tristan Prendergast. And then a terrific distribution now for Woods, who takes a touch short for Vinci. Vinci looking to find Woods again. Just controlled it momentarily, but lost out to Douglas John, who finds O'Driscoll, who in turn finds Neuenhoff. And out for Ono. Inside for Hillier. Back again for Ono. They're going to build from the back here, Manly, as they love to do. Vladimir Klezovic loves their team to play the ball short, to feet. No just long balls into aimless space. Is the conversation that he and I had earlier. He gets frustrated when he sees other teams just playing it long, just playing it long. He's always trying to find feet or a chest or a teammate. And his team have been well served by that tactic so far this year. They did start the season pretty slowly. Quite a few observers and commentators thought they might be for the drop. Some of my commentary colleagues felt that way too, but they've recovered really, really well, particularly in these last few weeks. Week after week, wins and draws, no defeats. And here is Burgess now, chipping it up to the back post for Evans. Clearance comes away well, and Woods coming very, very deep to get the ball here, Woods, and then he plays it up into space, looking for Harb. Harb with John covering across. John does well, plays it forward, finds a teammate. There's Priz, and there is Coop. Pressing Malfara well. And here is Prendergast now, and he plays it forward up towards the halfway line. Pufflet and Neuenhoff. That'll be a terrific battle in the air. The crumbs fall for Malfara, who in turn finds Woods. Woods back inside for Malfara. Another overlapping run from Vinci. And he's still there in space, is Emilio Vinci. And he's got the ball now. 2 or 3 options in the middle. Dinks it up towards the penalty spot. Well, Ollie Pufflet, I think, might have been better placed there. But, we certainly couldn't hear a call. Rufus McGuinness rose well. Ollie Pufflet maybe was better placed there, but as I said, we couldn't hear a call. We're a little bit far away to maybe have heard a call, but Pufflet there looking to open the scoring. McGuinness got the touch and took it away from his teammate, unfortunately, from Uni New South Wales' point of view. Now, ball over the top. Looking to get Evans away and into space. Kai Evans. Just off the side of the foot somewhat. Ten minutes gone in this first half. Very even match so far. Here is Harb. He's been everywhere so far. Inside his own half, far right-hand side, near side, taking corners. You can really see why there is so much interest in this young player in the 17 jersey. Lots of interest from other clubs. Apia Leichhardt, rumoured to be interested. Sutherland Sharks, rumoured to be interested. But, we had a very, very brief chat with him just before the match. He's a Wollongong native, he told us. And so with this Australian Championship coming up in a number of weeks, you'd imagine he would be a candidate for the Wollongong Wolves, possibly the Sharks from a geographic point of view. And now here is Burgess. Burgess looking to release to Robillard. To Robillard! Drives the ball in beautifully low. Couldn't quite direct it on goal, though. And that's the best chance we've had so far for either side. Stefan de Robillard driving it in low, taking the ball into space. Liam Wood backpedaling and backpedaling. We stay at 0-0 now. Grant Lynch strides forward, finds Woods. Woods in turn for Vinci. Vinci, play it into space for me, says Pufflet. And he plays it just slightly behind Ozzy Pufflet, but he's still going. Pufflet dinks it up towards the back post from McGuinness. He's looking very lively. It's Rufus McGuinness in the 37 jersey. I always have a nice chat beforehand with the coaching staff here at University of New South Wales. Don't talk him up too much, they said. A young player who's starting to make his mark, who's earned his starting spot today. And he has looked very lively. You can see teammates trying to pick him out as well. He's getting away from the last defender, just holding on the right and on other occasions the left shoulder, and then getting away just before the ball is played. And it's been scrappy defending on a number of occasions from Manly, but they've done well to clear their lines. But at the expense of a corner this time, which Jayden Harb will take. Harb floats it in towards the penalty spot. Woods looking to attract it again. But, O'Driscoll was there, not for the first time. And he's won it well in the air. Beautifully held up there by Coop. Excellent strength, just to hold off two would-be defenders. And now Hillier striding forward into a little bit of space. He's got Ono making a run out on the left-hand side. But he was calling for an Ono, and Hillier, in fact, apologises there. A terrific run from Ono. The right-hand side defence there from University of New South Wales had lost him, and he's still in space now, Ono. And the ball finds him over the top. He's got options. He's got to Robillard. He's got Burgess. But, Vinci gets in there and clears it away. Hillier, again, plays it low for Coop. Back onto his left foot, Ben Coop. Alfara closes him down quickly. So he finds Hillier, who in turn finds Ono for de Robillard. Growing in confidence now, this Manly side. Out again for Hillier. Caught in possession, Hillier. They've got a chance to break now. And it's Pufflet. Pufflet looking to unleash Woods. Could not quite pull the trigger on the pass there, Rolly Pufflet. Ball just stuck at his feet somewhat. Fell down for Jayden Harb. He tried the same. Aaron O'Driscoll had regained his position by that time. Blocked the ball out. And now Neuenhoff finds Priz, but he's been caught in possession now by Woods. Very lively Woods. In and out of possession. He's recovered well, the Manly captain. And he concedes a throw, which Vinci will take. Harb going to dance into the corner there. Pufflet comes short. Takes a touch, Pufflet, not a second. But, as we said a moment or two ago, that Pufflet Neuenhoff battle is going to be fantastic. 19 versus 18. And now it's O'Driscoll, in fact, who's dropped onto Pufflet as they look to shape for a cross out on that far side. Wood drops it short, but he drops it straight to a Manly player, and it's to Robillard. We're going to get around the outside of Gil Duffy there in the 22 jersey. Duffy just does enough, gets a touch. Right for a throw it goes. The other feature of this Village Green ground, well, I'll pause for a second because University of New South Wales have picked up the ball yet again. Malfara touches it short. Finds McGuinness. McGuinness looking to go again. He's there again, Neuenhoff. did not play last week, Luke Neuenhoff, and they conceded 4 goals to a rampant Spirit side. Back in the team today, gives so much stability to this Manly side at the back. As Evans now looking to drive forward. Had Malfara and Vinci there, so chooses to check back inside for Priz, who finds O'Driscoll, who finds that man Neuenhoff again. Neuenhoff stops, checks, he's got Odo outside him, chooses to find him, and then Ono. He's got 1 or 2 options. He's got Hillier. Hillier does well to make a little space for himself. Drops it in for Coop. Back for Hillier again, I beg your pardon. Back again for John. Nice interplay here from Manly, keeping the ball well. Priz. Inside again for John. And out for Evans. Evans, he's got Lynch in front of him. So he thinks better of going around the outside. And checks it back for Priz, who finds Ono. Ono. Closed down well by Woods. Still retaining possession well here. Ono for Burgess. And then the ball over the top for de Robillard. He's in behind there. Flag stays down. Looking to get round Barbich. Goes inside, goes outside, comes back again. But the support comes back. Working hard there. Gilduffy again. Holds up to Robillard. But at the expense of a throw in de Robillard. Now drops it back for Hillier. For de Robillard again. Short for Burgess. Mentioning this ground, it is quite a tight ground, but also the lights here can be a challenge. Most of their games this year have been 3 o'clock kickoffs, 4 o'clock kickoffs. A few games that were scheduled to be later were in fact moved. And as I understand it, part of the reason is the light situation here. They are not the brightest floodlights in the competition. As you can see that already, 5:36 Sydney time here. Just approaching twilight. And it will be somewhat challenging for these players as we go between the light and the dark. That 15 or 20 minutes before it gets fully dark and the lights take their effect, you'd imagine will be a challenge for both sides. Particularly now for Prendergast as he faces into this free kick, which Burgess is shaping to take. 1 arm in the air. Burgess now darts it in. Header from O'Driscoll. Straight through and comfortable for Tristan Prendergast. And he bowls it out now, Prendergast. Vinci. Just pauses there, Vinci. No one really pressing forward, so he drops it back inside for Lynch, who in turn finds Malfara. Well, almost had his pocket picked there, Malfara. Coop pressing high. Only one man pressing high. Coop, Burgess just sitting off slightly. Letting them come forward here, and it's Wood now who moves forward into that space, and he looks to play it over the top for Harb. But Neuenhoff is there, wins it well. Trying to find Woods, and here comes Vinci. Vinci can't quite get it and played over the top. Game's got a little bit scrappy in these last 5 minutes or so. Almost every single player except the goalkeepers condensed to that middle third of the field. And so passes that don't quite go to feet are being picked up by the opposition. Possession being turned over quite often. And now the ball back for Siren. He's got no choice but to bash it forward. Only as far as Lynch. Lynch gets a touch but plays it out. But it's really turned into now a midfield battle here. As I said, every player in that middle third of the field really, really condensed. What will Manly do to try and open things up? Well, they look to get through the 2 lines there. And that is a relatively cynical, almost rugby-style challenge from Malfara. Referee says no card. But that is what they've got to do. They've got to whip the ball into those spaces between the lines, get themselves moving, get this University of New South Wales team on the back foot. And the ball is crossed in there, but Lynch is there again. He does well. And then Malfara gets it all the way away, up towards Pufflet. But they've won it again now, Manly, through Hillier, who finds Burgess. Burgess outside for Ono. Now he's got quite a bit of space here. Ono darting in towards the edge of the box. Ono clips it up towards Evans. Headed away well. De Robillard takes a touch. It's a heavy touch, but he's just recovered well. Drives it in. Burgess takes a touch. Scrappy shot. No flag. Well, there's no flag there. The University of New South Wales defence felt certain that Ben Coop had strayed into an offside position there. Very scrappy play inside the box. Players not controlling the ball well, but getting a shot away. Half clearances. And that's really been this game in microcosm. That little incident on the edge of the box. Neither team really getting their foot in the ball. Neither team really effecting a clearance properly. But, the result of all that is another corner to Manly this time. Almost 20 minutes on the clock now. Oh no, floats the ball in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's headed away, but not all the way. Evans drops the shoulder, down he goes. Referee's got a decision to make. Waves it away. Well, he thought about that for a moment or two, did Jack Nelson. Kai Evans going down under the challenge. A long pause, almost in slow motion. Players from both sides looking across to the match referee, Jack Nelson. One of those situations where, as they say in the classics, you've seen them given. Wasn't an obvious penalty, but you've certainly seen them given. You wouldn't miss him, Jack Nelson, resplendent in orange. Thought about it, paused for a moment, and then, as referees seem to do these days, waved it away with both hands. Now Lynch looking to play it forward, gets the ricochet, but he's given the ball away very cheaply there. De Robillard, he's got one defender in front of him, but works back well. Malfara still standing up. De Robillard still, and he's won himself a corner there, but Grant Lynch puts the hand up and apologises. Gave that ball away very, very cheaply to the dangerous Stefan De Robillard. Drove through. Liam Wood held him up nicely, and held him up well enough that the troops like Alex Malfara were able to work their way back. But it's going to be a corner kick now out on that far side. Douglas John in the 29 jersey is going to take it, right-footed. A whole gaggle of players right around the penalty spot. John now with the corner, floated in towards the near post. Liam Wood did really well to clear it away. Only as far as Evans, back for John. Is he going to play it in again? He chooses to make it back to Evans. Evans floats into the back post. Is Coop there? Well, Coop was there, but the header came in from Gil Duffy, and that was a whisker away from an own goal. Gil Duffy did well. He could feel the danger behind him. Ben Coop was there, lurking, hovering, waiting to pounce. Had to play at the ball. Did Duffy. And just did enough to put it out on behind. But it's going to be another corner. The pressure mounting a little bit here. The men from the Northern Beaches desperate for a win here to cement their position in the top 6. And it's Ono now. Again, towards the near post. And it's headed, and it's in there! Ono with the corner. Nieuwenhof with the header. 22 minutes gone in this first half. Corner after corner for this Manly side. Ono floated it in. Nieuwenhof attacked it. And it is 1-0. All the credit. Nieuwenhof pointed straight away across to the corner taker, who was Kakero Ono. And they have taken the lead here at the Village Green. The pressure had been building for the last couple of minutes. They'd won themselves a couple of corners. They were starting to look a bit more comfortable. And it has been a scrappy game so far. And the goal also a little bit scrappy. It's Nieuwenhof in the middle there, who won the header. And he's back just on the edge of the box, reliving the moment with his fellow central defender Aaron O'Driscoll. 22 minutes on the clock here at the Village Green. And it is Manly. They are a goal to the good. Prendergast now floats it forward towards Pufflet. Pufflet, well, he's beaten in the air by Priz. He must be 4 inches taller, Ollie Pufflet. But just a fantastic spring there from the Manly captain. Won the ball really well in the air. They've got the momentum with that goal. And Priz there really rising high, winning the ball well. They're still in possession now. De Robillard, lovely piece of skill. Dancing past one, dances past a second. Oh no, had Burgess there in space. Finds him in the end. Burgess looking to dance around Duffy. Malfara there too. Oh no, now floats it in. Malfara charges it down. Did come off a hand there, but hand was in a natural position, I think. But he's cleared it away. Not far enough away. They're inside the box again here, Manly. Coop looking to hold off 3 defenders. It's almost turned into a rugby scrum there. Floats away. Ben Coop is in again. The clearance comes away. They cannot clear their lines here, the home side. They've done it eventually now. Here comes Harb. They've got to break away here, maintain a bit of possession, give their defenders a bit of a break. And coming around the outside, Pufflet. But the ball is short for Pufflet. Priz is there again. And he's cleared it long. It's got over the Maya Dodd stand here. Second ball retrieved quickly. And Duffy finds Lynch, who finds Liam Wood. Back again for Lynch. Grant Lynch. Loads of time and space there, Grant Lynch. No one really pressing him at all. Sips it in to Duffy, who in turn finds Vinci, and Vinci decides, let's go back to Lynch again. And now back for Duffy again. They're sitting right back here. They're happy to sit back, it seems, Manly. Let the University of New South Wales have the ball here, just on the halfway line. Lynch is changing pass with Wood, and then Wood now spreads it out to that far side. For McGuinness is there. McGuinness floats the ball in. He's there again, Ewan Hoff. He's been a rock at the back. He's got the opening goal. As Vladimir Knezovic said to me beforehand, he is the key man for them. I'll paraphrase, just that little bit of steel. They have some steel, but he is that extra bit of steel. The tenacity. He's the man who keeps the other players going as well with a strong tackle. He's not the biggest talker. Vladimir Knezovic said to me, leads by his actions. Certainly not the biggest talker off the field. But, he has led by his actions absolutely here. 25 minutes gone in this first half. Manly, 1 goal to the good. Ewan Hoff with the goal. And looking to add to that now. Playing it forward for Coop. Wins it well in the air. Beating Lynch. But Vinci works his way back. Plays it back to his keeper. Keeper plays it long. But maybe disappointed with that clearance. Tristan Prendergast. His distribution is definitely one of his strong points. But, that ball went straight out for a Manly throw-in, which Priz takes. And he finds Hillier, who in turn finds Neuenhoff. Neuenhoff takes the return ball from Mackenzie Siren. And now, oh no, playing it long. Only as far as Grant Lynch. And he picks that up very comfortably, Grant Lynch. Takes the return pass. Coop is pressuring him. So he drops it off for Wood, who in turn drops it back for Prendergast. Just want to see how Manly are setting up here. It's sort of a classic 4-4-2 for Manly. 4 flat across the back. 4 in midfield. Maybe a slight 1-1 up front rather than a 2, with Burgess just sitting slightly behind Coop. It's a traditional setup here from Manly. And a goal to the good. They've got no reason to change that at all. As the ball is played back now for Neuenhoff, who in turn finds Siren. Siren plays it across now beautifully for a Priz. He controls it beautifully and plays it now into space for Evans. Takes a touch, Evans. He's got Vinci in front of him. Evans turns it back inside nicely, switches to his left foot, crosses it in. Chance for a shot, blocked away. Beautiful play there from Evans. Swap from one foot to the other, and then a sweeping left-footed cross into the middle. Ben Coop shaping for a spectacular volley there. Didn't quite catch it. Lovely play here in the number 19 jersey. Absolutely super piece of play from Kai Evans. Came to know it in the end. He's slightly hobbling there. We'll just keep an eye on that. Just running a little bit gingerly is Evans after that break forward. It's Prendergast now, taking his time and then playing it long over the halfway line. Looking for Pufflet. And Pufflet is beaten the air yet again by Priz. He's getting a running start here, Jesse Priz, starting from 2 or 3 metres behind Ollie Pufflet and just rising high. It's not quite a David and Goliath situation here, but the height difference is stark between the two men when they stand beside each other. But that is 3 out of 3 for the captain, Jesse Priz. And Ollie Pufflet will be getting a bit frustrated there. He will want to be winning those in the air, and we'll follow that battle along as well as the evening continues. Now Malfara dropping deep. Malfara into that quarterback position, dropping into the pocket, as they say in the NFL. Looking to get something going here for the home side, but they're being driven back. Lynch being pressured by Evans. Lynch using all of his futsal nice there, just drags the ball backwards nicely, plays it forward now for Vinci. Vinci who strides forward, finds Woods, but Priz is there again, makes the challenge. And, Ollie Pufflet just getting a fraction frustrated there. Wasn't quite able to control the ball when it fell for him. Terrific intervention there. He's having a super match. The entire defence is playing well so far. O'Driscoll, solid. Neuenhoff, very solid, plus a goal. Priz winning the ball in the air. Harb, is there a little challenge there? There is indeed. He just caught the ankles of Saxon Hillier to Jayden Harb. And again, the referee just pausing for a moment, looking to see if anything develops. Nothing developed for Manly, and so he calls it back and awards the free kick. Good refereeing there. Now, back with O'Driscoll. Striding forward, O'Driscoll plays the ball. In for Coop. Coop takes it beautifully to feet. Again, that's going to be a great battle here. Forward against 9. Wood against Coop. Now to Robillard with those dancing feet. Looking to get round the outside. Has he won himself a corner? Referee says no. Barbich just did enough. Chasing down into the corner. And as we mentioned, over on that far left-hand corner from attacking point of view for Manly, that is oftentimes where it's difficult to see. As I understand it, there are 2 floodlight towers on that side because of university residences. They can't put one down there in the corner because it will be right beside the university residences. So that causes a little bit of problem down in that corner in terms of visibility. But, no such problems there for Prendergast as he plays it forward. But, cannot find a teammate in yellow. And so Ono picks up the throw. He finds Hillier. Hillier, who finds Nieuwenhof. Nieuwenhof looking for Coop. But Coop is, I would say, 5, maybe 10 metres offside at the moment. And ambling his way back now into position. And Priz is there. Drops it in for Hillier. They've got 5 pressing high here. University of New South Wales. And, Evans there with some lovely feet. Getting around Vinci. Getting around Woods. A little ripple of applause there for that piece of skill. But they're coming again now. McGuinness for Pufflet. Again, Nieuwenhof to the rescue. Just using his physicality there. Blocking off the run from Ollie Pufflet. So the ball runs through from a University of New South Wales point of view harmlessly to Mackenzie Siren, who bowls it right back to Nieuwenhof, who finds Ono. In for Burgess. Ono goes again around the outside. Short now for de Robillard. De Robillard with the back heel. Well, didn't quite have the radar going there. It's an enterprising play, certainly, from this Manly side. University of New South Wales get an option. Throw it forward quickly. Woods is not able to get hold of it. But they've won it back now with Lynch, who in turn finds Vinci. Harb is calling for it short. Can't quite sip the ball in for Jayden Harb, and so he drops it back for the ever-reliable Lynch. Lynch looking to play it over the top. Priz is there, using his shoulder on this occasion. Well, it's been heads, it's been shoulders, it's been knees, it's been arms. And now it's on the chest of de Robillard. And he spreads it out nicely for Ono. Ono. Short for Coop. Coop takes the first touch to go around the outside there. Coop. He then gets caught in possession. And they're coming again now. It's Pufflet. And he plays it short, Pufflet, but we can't quite connect. But they've got a chance now on the edge of the box. Can they make something happen here? It's Woods. Woods dropping onto his right foot. Well, he does have a sweeping shot with his right foot, Sean Woods. Hit the crossbar a couple of weeks ago here against City Olympic in that exact situation. Dropped the shoulder back onto his right foot and curled a shot in, but off the bar it came. Looking to repeat the trick there. Could not get away from the Manly defence, which has been excellent tonight. Malfara, they're dropping back now, Manly. Every player behind the ball in their own defensive third of the field. And the danger man, Harb, in possession. Drops it back for Wood. Wood now around the outside, crossing it in. Just a little bit too high for Sean Woods. And clever play there from Evans. Move towards the ball, shape to play it. Vinci just dropped off fractionally. And then just let the ball roll out of play. They'll set again. They'll build again. And they'll take their time here, as you'd imagine. 1 goal to the good. With their playoff lives in their own hands. Manly a win here. And then a win against Wollongong next weekend guarantees them a place in the playoffs, which seemed, certainly after the first 6 or 7 weeks of the season, an impossibility. It went from impossibility to somewhat unlikely. And as they gathered their confidence and went on that 9-game unbeaten run, it became a probability. And with 2 wins, including this one, it will be a certainty. It's a terrific turnaround in their season. They're going to have a free kick to defend here. Jayden Harb just had his jersey tugged there. About 40 or so metres out from goal. Let's see what they do here. Will they play it short or will they play the ball in? Malfara is standing over the ball and he just decides to play it back. And they're going to build again. Rather than play the ball into the danger area or to the edge of the box, they just chose to keep the ball going. And that has not served them particularly well so far. Coop now looking to press Tristan Prendergast. And again, the distribution slightly off from Tristan Prendergast. I haven't given you a weather report just yet. There is virtually no wind to speak of. An absolutely glorious day in Sydney today. 22, 23 degrees, bright sunshine, very little cloud. But, a little bit of wind now. And it's, I would say, slightly favouring Manly in this first half. But, only slightly favouring. Now, Coop takes a touch and a second through the legs there beautifully. And he finds Ono. And Ono outside for Dorobalar. Dorobalar again for Ono around the outside. Ono takes a touch and a second, drives it in low. Good defending. They've getting a lot of joy down that left-hand side, Manly. Ono combining very, very well with Steph Dorobalar. And they've won themselves another corner. Douglas John heading across to take it now in the 29 jersey. The usual suspects are there. O'Driscoll, Neuenhoff, Priz, all congregating in and around the penalty spot. Man marking from the University of New South Wales. It comes in, but it hits the shoulder of Grant Lynch, and then it's cleared away well by McGuinness. And he's going to find Harb. Now, Jordan Harb's got a bit of space in front of him here, and he's got Kakeru Ono. Kakeru Ono has done really, really well there, because if he had not gotten the ball, Jordan Harb was in behind. The referee says we're going to have an offside free kick there, but Jordan Harb picked up the ball there about 10 metres inside the opposition half, but he had a lot of space in front of him. And just Kakeru Ono, the left full back defending on the right here. And in transition, the University of New South Wales would have had themselves a glorious chance, but not to be, because Ono defended extremely well. As we said, that quartet at the back have acquitted themselves really well. Neuenhoff, O'Driscoll, Priz and Ono. Both the defence and attack, in attacking transition and defensive transition, they've been excellent. But, they're going to have a little bit more defending to do now by the looks of things. Well, no. Alex Malfara felt that he'd won the throw-in there, but no. It could be a Manly throw-in, which they've taken quickly. Finding John, who finds Neuenhoff. Hillier looking to turn. Can't quite turn, loses the ball, but it's won back almost immediately there by Neuenhoff. And now striding forward. Hillier, is he caught? He is indeed. And again, it's Malfara. A little accumulation of fouls here for Alex Malfara. That's the third by my count. None of them malicious. One of them somewhat cynical. But, Jack Nelson, our match referee, no doubt keeping an eye on that. And we're back with Siren, who again finds O'Driscoll. Looking up O'Driscoll. And he sees Kai Evans. Evans in behind. Well, the ball just held up there slightly. Evans. But he's dropped it off now for Burgess. Burgess finds Evans again. Evans, can he pull the trigger? Well, he can't pull the trigger because there is a terrific challenge coming in there from Liam Wood. He times those challenges so well, does Liam Wood. And he did again on that occasion. And they're looking to play themselves out of trouble now with Woods. Well, he's gone backwards, Woods there. Doesn't have many options. The only option really he had was to drop it back for Lynch. They've lost the ball almost immediately to play it out from the back. And it's Hillier again, who finds John. Lovely turn inside by John. And he's looking to play it into space out on that left-hand side for Ono. Still a little bit scrappy. John now shapes for the shot. Well, it blocks down off Malfara. They've retained the ball here with Hillier. Hillier drags it back and plays it outside now for Coop. 3 or 4 to aim at in the box, Ben Coop. But he then chooses to roll it back for his captain, Priz. Priz, he floats it in now. Keeper comes. Keeper takes. Tristan Prendergast came well, took well. And then bowls it out for Barbich, who sees Malfara making a run forward. Into space now, Malfara. Striding forward elegantly. And lovely feet there to get around one. Can he get around two? Gets around John. He's held up by Hillier. And he goes again, Malfara. There's a terrific piece of play by Malfara. Drives it in low. Mackenzie Siren is there. Well, I don't want to use the term Franz Beckenbauer too loosely, but that was lovely play from Malfara. Ran into space from sweeper. Took a couple of touches, exchanged some passes, beat some defenders. Got a return pass. and then got a shot away. That was very elegant play indeed from Alex Malfara. And, shot on target. They've not had many of those so far in this first 40 minutes of play, as they build again from the back with Duffy, who finds Wood, who plays it in for Barbage, who finds McGuinness. McGuinness looking to play the ball into space there, but just a little bit too much on the pass there. As Jayden Harb is looking to recover it, we'll reflect on Harb and his season just briefly while we're waiting for this goal kick. He's had a terrific season. Player of the season in the third tier of the New South Wales NPL last year. A player that people had heard about because of that award, but maybe didn't know that much about him. He has been the absolute standout player in attack for this University of New South Wales side. You've got to think he is the main reason that they have stayed in this division. Top scorer with 9 goals, taking penalties, taking free kicks, bringing other players into the play. And now the spotlight falls on him. University of New South Wales, of course, not in the Australian Championship. His hometown Wollongong Wolves, they are in. Would he be interested in a short-term deal with them? Sutherland Sharks rumoured to be interested. Certainly, if the rumours are true, they've got the deep enough pockets to be able to offer him a contract. And, geographically, living in Wollongong, you'd imagine Sutherland Sharks is a bit of an easier trip than it is to Apia Leichhardt, who are the other rumoured suitor. An absolutely stacked team as well, Apia Leichhardt. How much game time would he get? I mean, how much game time would he get with the Sutherland Sharks? You'd imagine his best chance of significant game time would be at the Wollongong Wolves, his hometown club, but time will tell. 16th of October, the Australian Championship starts. And we will know not many weeks before then, because it's difficult getting all the squads together. But, relatively soon, after this NPL New South Wales competition finishes, the rumours start to spread, the announcements start being made. Ex-player has joined Y Club. And you would have to expect, based on his form in the NPL New South Wales this year, that Jayden Harb would be an excellent chance of picking up a contract. Now, here's Vinci. Just over 5 minutes to go to half-time, if you include stoppages. Time for stoppages. Still just 1-0 to Manly. And, they've done that a few times. University of New South Wales, goals just on half-time. I remember Liam Wood getting a terrific goal here just before half-time against the Sutherland Sharks. They'll be looking to do that again with Vinci. Now Vinci floats it in towards the penalty spot. Comes away from McGuinness. McGuinness drives it in low, and it's held really nicely. Got his body behind that comfortably to Mackenzie Siren. And he just had Jayden Harb just hovering with intent behind him there for a second. I think waiting for him to drop the ball down. But as all good goalkeepers do these days, Siren, little glance over the shoulder. Saw Jayden Harb there and held on to the ball. And, looking to win it back now, the men in yellow and black. They haven't quite done that. It's back with Nieuwenhof, and Nieuwenhof back for Siren, and Siren plays it out towards Ono and Barbage. Barbage wins it well in the air, and then Duffy wins it a second time. A little bit of head tennis. And, finally, a lovely touch for Burgess, and Burgess unleashes Coop well. He wanted the ball played into space there, Burgess, but he somehow recovered and got it back again. They're still on the attack here, and it's Evans. Evans drops onto his right foot, back onto his left. Really looking to bring the ball onto his left foot there was Evans. Defender read it well. And there is Harb. Harb does beautifully. And now looking to play the ball for Pufflet. He gets a touch, but the touch only goes as far as O'Driscoll. And the Cherry Orchard man does really well there and just cushions a header back away from goal, just in case there's a slip from the goalkeeper. Clever defending. And the ball is at the feet of Mackenzie Siren, and he's got time, and he picks it up. Looks to bowl it back to O'Driscoll. Chooses option B, which is Nieuwenhof. And Nieuwenhof now striding forward. Past Duffy. Finds Burgess. Gets the return pass. Goes again. And he keeps going, Nieuwenhof. Well, he was looking for the ball to feet, or the ball was going to go outside there to Ono. We almost had our second Franz Beckenbauer moment of the last 10 minutes, with Nieuwenhof striding forward. Does look a little bit more like Franz Beckenbauer than Alex Malfara. But now here's McGuinness. He's got some defending to do now, Nieuwenhof. He did really well there. Put McGuinness off. Wasn't quite a shot. Wasn't quite a cross there from McGuinness. And up and over the bar it goes. We'll keep an eye out now for our fourth officials board to see how many minutes we're going to have of added time. Don't recall too many stoppages. Manly will be very pleased, we'd imagine, to go into the half-time break with a 1-goal lead. It keeps them right in the hunt for a playoff spot. Of course, as we said, that tricky trip to Wollongong next weekend. Wollongong away these days. It's a very difficult proposition. Even the teams that have beaten the Wollongong Wolves still find it hard on those grass pitches. They play on more than one field as well, but those grass pitches are very, very difficult. In my first couple of seasons in the NPL New South Wales, they were playing at Wynn Stadium, and their record at Wynn Stadium was not great because I think away teams loved playing there. It was a great opportunity to play in a sizable stadium. Of course, plenty of NRL games are played there, so people would have seen it on the television. It's a real treat to play at that stadium for away sides, and I think that probably hurt Wollongong Wolves a little bit. It wasn't really a fortress for them. But, they've tried to make... There are a couple of grounds that they have. Like I said, they play at more than one ground. And, they've had more success in recent weeks than they've had previously. But, they will be a tough proposition for Manly next week. Now, we're not quite at half-time here yet. They've still got some defending to do. As Hillier finds Burgess. Burgess striding away. But, just overruns it a fraction. Well, I was going to say that is the last action of the half, but it is not. It is a free kick, in fact, for a late challenge there on Darcy Burgess. It was a shrill blast of the whistle, and in fact, that is the last action of the half. The referee decides that we will hold it there, and we will pause now for 15 minutes. Very, very tight first half. Scrappy at times, but the away side, Manly United FC, lead by 1-0. We'll pause, and we'll see you again in 15 minutes or so.
Every week, hundreds of thousands of people turn up around football grounds around New South Wales. Parents, kids, refs, coaches and volunteers. Cardiac incidents can happen to anyone at any time on the pitch.
Right now, not every club has a defibrillator.
And the ones that do are not always maintained or ready to use. In a critical moment, with a defib, that could save lives. That's why Football New South Wales, St John Ambulance and Toyota have come together for Every Beat Matters to help clubs around New South Wales to access defibrillators, cover maintenance and build a register so we know exactly where every unit is around the state. All you need to do is buy a ticket through Raffletix. $5 can make a difference. Every ticket goes towards funding defibrillators and maintenance for clubs that need it most. A live fundraising board shows exactly how much is being raised. And every ticket you buy puts you in the draw to win a Toyota Corolla. One ticket, real impact. Help your club be ready when it matters. So buy your ticket today.
Teff was there, but it never quite got to him. Just lifted a little too low for his liking. Back towards the corner kick taker. Dashed onto his left foot. Good ball in. Teff is there. And then the shot from Tatafu is crashed home. What a time for your second goal of the season. With some well above that. 2 hands raised. Last time they did that, they led to a goal. Teff is threatening, wins the header. Williams kept it out so far, and then it's bundled home. The set piece. So threatening.
Cunningham is making that run in behind. Can Skatterich find him? He can. Cunningham looking for someone to cut it back for. It's with McStay. A lovely goal by St. George FC. Delivery is on its way from Casella towards the far post. This time it's nodded down and nodded in. And a massive goal for Isaac Cunningham. Lawal gets up for the header. It falls back and it's a good shot and it's gone all the way in. And the Wanderers have a goal back through Bradley Marzal.
He's in behind Bevan now. Ortiz, can he step inside and shoot? Steps inside, steps outside. Presley Ortiz drives it in low and opens the scoring here at Lambert Park. Plays it forward for Conestable. He's in an absolute acre of space here, Michael Conestable. Everybody is backed off. And he's unleashed Segredo. Segredo has got Ortiz and Jordan. Ball is sprayed in for Presley Ortiz! They would have played in cup runs before. And here is Kuta floating it over the top. It's been left. It's Fong, and Fong dinks the ball in there. 3-0. Here again is Hannigan and Shuriaga. They're at it again. And Rag drives it in low. It's half cleared. It's 3/4 cleared. It's fully cleared. The shot is in for Chianese. They have got themselves back into it.
Burgess trying to turn one around the corner, but it's met by Takami. Now Petratos looking to stretch his legs. He'll have a go as well. Petratos! Oh, my word! Costa Petratos has just about taken the net off with that strike. Couldn't find the feet of Callum Keeley. This time it will, though! Turned home by Kobayashi. Here's Kobayashi, who of course scored the second. Looking to deliver one. It's a teasing delivery for Petratos! 3-0. Corner will be swung in. Near post delivery, flicked header. Petratos, bouncing ball, struck sweetly into the bottom corner. Costa Petratos has his third.
To Armanakis, who broke over to the left. Armanakis, the return ball. Card in his arm. Promising first touch. Can he free the feet for a strike? And it's tapped in by Callahan. Sydney Olympic take the lead. Veers away from the blue shirts in the Olympic defence. And he'll put in a cross of his own here. It runs to the back post. Wells steadies, strikes and scores. And Sydney United are level. Tillo. Krislovich alone, hand up top, needs support. Here comes Mason Wells, storming forward Wells. Can he find a shot? It's deflected, it hits the crossbar, and it's knotted in. Sydney United have struck twice in the second half, and Michael Krislovich stoops to the header to make it 2-1.
Outswinger comes in. Header's there, and it's a goal. And Marconi hit the front through Cameron Windust. Rising at the back post.
Ball, lays it back to Fujita, better angle. Might be a little set-piece routine here. And the shot is an absolute screamer from Christian Butkovic. On a couple of occasions, they go long in the direction of Najjar. It falls for Moody Najjar. Instant response by Rockdale. Yes, he can. Tries his best with the back heel. Mashavecchio goes in the direction of Fujita. Rides the challenge here. Yuto Fujita in on goal. He's just holding it up and waiting for support. He gets it in King. He might go himself, and he may have just won the game with a brilliant solo goal. Yuto Fujita may have just ended Wollongong's horror 3 months in this.
doing something on the podcast that I two were together. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Oh, they're not far. Sorry. Now we were almost ready for the off here at the Village Green. It was a little bit of a scrappy first half, I have to say. Punctuated, mostly midfield battles, punctuated by little glimpses of skill. The decisive incident in the game, 22 minutes gone, I should say. And it was Nieuwenhof with the header from the corner. And that has been the difference between the two teams here. Cannot see any substitutions having been made just for the moment, but we will confirm that. In fact, no. It's Tim Woolfield, in fact, is out there now in the number 2 jersey. He has come on for the University of New South Wales, and we will confirm any other substitutions for you. As our referee Jack Nelson gets us underway here, and it has dropped quite a few degrees here at the Village Green. Much cooler now in the second half than it was in the first half. And still a slight breeze, this time at the backs of the University of New South Wales, as Ollie Pufflet battles for the ball with Robillard. Bouncing around just on the edge of the box. He's got it again, Pufflet. Well, he shaped for a shot here, but he chose to find Harb. Harb just on the edge of the box. Loses out, and there is Malfara again, and that's tackle number 4. Or foul number 4, I should say. If this was basketball, he would be right on the edge, and the referee's having a little word with him there, Jack Nelson. A smile there from Alex Malfara. So seems to see the humorous side of things. Manley now with Ono. Plays the ball long, looking for Coop. But, Lynch is there. Cushions the header down nicely for Woolfield. Can't quite get to the pitch of the ball. Tim Woolfield. And so we'll have a throw in now. Ono drops it off for Hillier. Man on. Everyone in a blue jersey shouts. They're up and at it, Manley, as you would imagine. Playing with confidence, not throughout the first half, but certainly at different sections of that first half. And now they build again from the back with Nieuwenhof. Definitely the star man in that first half. A terrific performance in both defence and attack. Ably supported by O'Driscoll and Priz and Ono. And this man, John, who spreads the ball nicely out for Robillard. Kills the ball beautifully. He's got support coming around the outside, doesn't need the support. Goes past one, drives the ball in low. Sean Woods working back well. Clears the ball away. Glancing around to see if there are any more substitutions. Nothing indicated from our 4th official. And so Woolfield, Tim Woolfield that is, playing it right back. Is our only change now. Corner. Douglas John again to take. He took quite a few of those corners in the first half, interchanging between John and Ono. And here he comes now, 2 arms up in the air. And while the referee just pauses us just for a moment, he's just going to have a little chat, a bit of push and shove going on. And he says, let's reset and go again. And, if you can see the corner flag there, it's, wind is blowing just a little bit. It's an interesting field here, right in the middle of a university campus, and so the wind does swirl a fraction, and it looks to be swirling just a little bit as John floats the corner in now to the near post. Well, punched away. Tristan Prendergast, there was a defender there. The defender did not get a touch, and here now is McGuinness. McGuinness, well, he rides the tackle nicely, McGuinness, and floats the ball out to the far side for Harb. Harb kills it dead. Looks to play the ball back now to McGuinness on this near side. McGuinness can't quite get to it because Mackenzie Siren is there. Comes to the edge of his box and does really well. Got an opportunity just to see the pace there of Rufus McGuinness. But, as we said in that first half, we've got high hopes for him. They don't want to put too much pressure on him. But, they certainly have high hopes for the number 37. And he showed a little bit of his promise there, and the ball comes off his back right on cue. Back into the middle now for John, while we have ourselves an offside flag. Again, a scrappy start to this first half. Just 3.5 minutes gone. Neither team really able to stamp any authority on the game. Neither team able to build any solid possession. But, you've got to think that's exactly the way Manly would like it. They're happy for this to stay scrappy, because if things stay as they are, they will go into the final week of the season. Round 30. If you were in the playoff positions going into round 30, if you were offered that deal at the start of the season, Vladimir Knezovic would have absolutely bitten your hand off. And they have earned that position in the last few weeks. Terrific run of form. Let's not mention that Spirit game. But outside of that, it's been an absolutely terrific run of form for the men from the Northern Beaches. Now, Wolfield throws it in quickly for the ever-battling Woods, and he comes a second time with the left foot on the shot. Got himself behind that very comfortably, did Mackenzie Cyron. As he's done on quite a few occasions tonight, Cyron. There's been a few shots on target, nothing really troubling him. But he's been positioned well. He's got his body behind the ball. It was at that same end that Tristan Prendergast let the ball just slip through his fingers a week or so ago. And, he's not looking like letting that happen, Mackenzie Cyron. Touch wood. He's been very solid so far this evening. Results from around the grounds, and the Sutherland Sharks have confirmed their position in the Australian Championship for next year. A 2-1 victory for the Sutherland Sharks over St George City. And, some slight controversy towards the end. Keane McKenna is our match reporter here today, and he let me know at half-time that there was controversy right at the death. A possible handball in the very last minute. And, here's DeRobler switches it out for Ono. Ono drives it in low. Good defending there. Just reached out the telescopic leg to Grant Lynch. And he blocked the ball away really well. Again, at the expense of a corner. Another corner to Manly. So just confirming Sutherland Sharks 2-1 win against St George City. That confirms Sutherland Sharks 4th position. They are locked into that 4th position, and they are guaranteed now a place in the Australian Championship. But there are still the finals to come, and Manly looking to make their way into those finals alongside the Sutherland Sharks. And here's their corner now. Floated in and headed in. Well, headed into the arms of Tristan Prendergast. And he takes the ball and clears quickly. He was really well positioned that time, Tristan Prendergast. And he's cleared it away. And there is the pace again of McGuinness. He is lightning fast. It's Rufus McGuinness. Couldn't quite get on the end of the ball from Tristan Prendergast. Released really nicely. And they're coming again now, building in confidence. The men in yellow and black. And Malfara's on the ball. Speaking of confidence, he drops it off for Harb. 3 defenders congregate around Harb quickly. They know he is the danger man. So Manly are quick to close him down there. And so they switch the play out to this near side with Woods. Woods drives it in low. First clearance from Ewenhoff. And then the second ball away from Douglas John. It's only gone as far as Grant Lynch now, and they'll build again. They're sitting right back here, our Manly. Inviting University of New South Wales onto them. And now coming through the middle, Harb. Well, O'Driscoll is there. He stood up really well, did Aaron O'Driscoll. He made the tackle. He saw Harb. He stood up, and he effected a terrific challenge there. And now McGuinness, has he caught the man in yellow? The man in blue, I beg your pardon. He has indeed. So Manly player is down there, out on that far side. It is Kai Evans just holding his back. And while he's doing that, just give you a quick mention of Rufus McGuinness. When we finish our commentary games here, oftentimes the under-20s are playing before or after. And so you get to see a couple of up-and-coming players who are trying to break their way into the first-grade team. And I was here a couple of weeks ago, and the game immediately beforehand featured Rufus McGuinness, and he is absolutely lightning. If you think he looks fast at this level, you drop him down one level into the under-20s, beg your pardon, and he is absolutely lightning fast. But too fast for the referee on that occasion. He's given away a free kick. And Aaron O'Driscoll now is going to take it, and he drops it back for Mackenzie Cyron. Cyron has got Pufflet pressing, so he plays it long. And Priz rising again. Fantastic header again. 3rd or 4th time tonight. He has looked 3rd favourite, you'd have to say, to win a header. But he's won it well. He's kept it in play. And they've kept possession here now. And oh no, looking to release to Robillard. But Wolfield is there. He does well, and he wins it. And they're looking to switch play out to the far side. And Priz yet again rising elegantly in the air with Harb hovering with intent behind him. Cushions the header back for O'Driscoll, who in turn finds his goalkeeper. And O'Driscoll again for Hillier, for O'Driscoll, for Neuenhoff. Back again for O'Driscoll. He's going to come forward now. And drop it off for John. Burgess now battling for possession in the middle of midfield. Not getting much change out of that midfield battle at the moment. The ball is switched again now to this near side for Derubelar. Battling against Woolfield. And he's held it up nicely to Derubelar. And he drops it back for Ono. Ono inside for Hillier. Very, very condensed again in front of him. Jyden Harb is there. Woods is there. So he drops it back Hillier. And he finds Neuenhoff, who exchange passes with O'Driscoll. And then short for John. And again for O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll zips one in. Zips one in for Kai Evans. And he can't quite control it. They've maintained possession here, Manly. And again, back for O'Driscoll. 10 minutes gone in this second half. Playing a little bit of keep ball here, Manly. Trying to take the sting out of this game. Which is very wise in the circumstances. Oh, no. For Hillier. Again, now they have given it away. And Pufflet is there. Pufflet chips it over the top. Can he get in behind here, Harb? A little push in the back there from Jyden Harb, is there? There is indeed. Well, you could see him leaning in there, Jyden Harb. The ball wasn't quite going to carry past Saxon Hillier, who would tracked his run really, really well. As we mentioned in the first few minutes, he's a classic number 6. Saxon Hillier picks up the ball, takes one or two touch stuff, often gives it back to the player that gave it to him. So that link man in the middle, in possession but out of possession. He is working hard all the time, just looking to break things up, destroy opposition attacks, and there he is, true to form, gets the ball, gets a touch, finds a teammate. He finds Coop playing it through for Derubelar. Just too much on the pass from Derubelar. Prendergast is there, sweeping towards the edge of his box, and he now finds Lynch. Grant Lynch striding forward, looking to play the ball into space. Finds a teammate, but can't quite hold it up, and then Evans is there. Evans and Priz tangling with each other, and he comes again, and down he goes, Evans. He's really been in the wars the last few minutes. He's taken down there by Gil Duffy, who was not best pleased. Easy enough decision for our centre referee, Jack Nelson, to make. As we said, it's Jack Nelson in the middle, Glenn Stubbings on the far side, and we've got Hayden Kay on this near side. Rory McFarlane is our fourth official. Neuenhoff now. Drops it back for Siren, for Hillier. One touch pass for Neuenhoff. For Ono. Ono dinks it in for Coop. Can he get round the outside? He does. Plays it back for Ono. Came from deep Ono, so he's onside. Lynch. Ono plays it through. Burgess is in. Burgess plays it across into the middle. A stumble, a fall, a clearance. They've got it back. It's Ono again. What a glorious chance. Gone a begging there for Manly. And then down he goes. Referee says no. Priz goes down under the challenge. Well, Emilio Vinci with the challenge there, just inside the box. Priz stays down. Manly are coming across. They can't believe the referee hasn't pointed to the spot there. Well, two great chances in about 30 seconds for Manly. Ono making the run from deep, stayed onside. Release Burgess. Burgess had the chance to shoot, chose to play it across into the middle. Hillier looked like he was going to pull the trigger, but lost his footing. The ball ricocheted around for a moment, and it fell for the Manly captain, Jesse Priz. Under the challenge, he fell. It's a penalty not forthcoming. It is a throw-in, and they really are delaying this throw-in, almost in protest at the penalty not being given. But eventually they take the throw-in, and the cross comes in now, floated in towards Derubelar. Can't quite win it, but Ono was there, and he drives it in low. Important block. Ono caught the ball beautifully there. That looked to be sailing into the bottom corner. Sean Woods in the 13 jersey did well, worked hard, got the block in. And they're going to have themselves another corner. And, ambling across. I think generously I'm going to describe it as ambling across. Here's Douglas John, and I have a little bit of a jog after he gets the hurry up from the referee. And he comes across now, places the ball again. It's been corner after corner. Same system every time for Manly. A whole gaggle of players on the penalty spot. Corner's now floated in. And it's headed away really well. Again, it's Liam Wood again. But keeper has gone down there. Tristan Prendergast. Perhaps he got a tangle of legs there by the looks of things. And down he went. He's holding his ankle just above the tongue on his boot. So perhaps a An errant step there. No appeals for free kicks or cards or anything like that. And, so while that's happening, we'll give you a little bit of a check around the grounds. And, Spirit FC, they are 1 goal to the good. They're playing that game at Valentine Sports Park tonight. They're 1 goal to the good against the SD Raiders, and a red card also has been shown to the SD Raiders. So no matter what happens, SD Raiders have a live game next week against the Sutherland Sharks, and that is now essentially not a live game for the Sutherland Sharks. It'll be very interesting to see how that one pans out. I'm on the call there at Seymour Shaw next week. But, Northwestern Sydney Spirit, a terrific 4-0 win last week against Manly, and they're 1-0 to the good at the moment at half-time. In fact, it's added time at the end of the first half. Spirit 1-0 up against 10 men from SD Raiders. So the playoff picture is emerging. Sydney FC with a very late win last night against Rockdale. Manly FC leading by 1-0 here. Manly United FC, that is. Spirit FC, a goal to the good. And Sutherland Sharks with a win over St George City. So the playoff picture is taking shape. It is absolutely going to go down to the last day, that is for sure. And there are still several teams vying for those last 2 playoff spots. Manly very much amongst them. And there is Coop, and he takes a touch nicely. Looks to play it around Lynch. But, Grant Lynch as well, but the ball is cleared. There's a touch. Is there a shot? Well, there's a lovely ball played in low for Burgess. Burgess for Robillard. Blocked away and picked up by Ono. And it's back with Neuenhoff. And Neuenhoff again for Ono. They only lead by 1-0 here, Manly. Just over an hour gone. As the ball goes back to Siren. Jyden Hart pressing him. And he clears the ball nicely. Won well by Woolfield. Woolfield finds Woods. And Woods does well to keep the ball in play. Had to exert himself there. Got the touch. Couldn't find a teammate. And Burgess now and Malfara battling in midfield. Woods, he's there again. Woods to Woods. In turn for Lynch. For Malfara. Back for Woods. He's looking for more options here. Is Liam Wood. He's encouraging his teammates to move around a little bit more because he doesn't have much on. And so he has to play it forward. And Neuenhoff is there. Again, Harb was in the back. Just hovering with intent. Woods again. Finds Pufflet. Getting into that final third. This University of New South Wales side, they can't quite keep their composure. And there it is again. They get the ball, they give it away, but Manly return the favour. And the ball goes back. For Duffy. And here he is again, Duffy on the ball. 22. Finds 2. It's Woolfield. Short for Pufflet. Pufflet holding off Neuenhoff. And can't quite hold him off enough. And Burgess now breaks away with the ball. Out for de Robillard. De Robillard striding forward elegantly. Malfara is back there. Well, little feint and a dummy, and he goes past him to Robillard. He's got Duffy now to go past. De Robillard goes past Duffy. Can he cut the ball back? Cuts the ball back. Beautiful piece of play down this near side from de Robillard. Beat Malfara with the feint. Look to get around Woolfield with a bit of pace. But, he's just stretching his legs out there, Malfara. We might have ourselves a little bit of action on the bench. And indeed we do. They're up and about now. Players from both sides up off the bench and warming up. 63 minutes gone in this game. Another corner. The corner count must be 10-2. And it's John who floats it in again to the near post. And Burgess does well. Takes a touch. Looks to pivot on the ball. Holds up the 2 defenders there and then drops it back for John. He looks to get the cross in. Another touch off a defender and out for another corner. Well, he wanted the ball cleared away there to Tristan Prendergast, but Gil Duffy couldn't quite get it. Couldn't quite get it under control, rather. Got a touch. And out it went. Corner again. They've scored one already from a corner tonight. Can they get a second goal? It's Neuenhoff moving again. They choose to play it short this time. And it's Burgess for John. John floats it into the near post. Keeper does well to get there. Clashes into the net, the goalkeeper. And de Robillard off the bar. What a shot from de Robillard. Cannons back off the bar. And then a heavy challenge on McGuinness. Any suggestion of a card there? I think he thought about it again. To the referee, Douglas John, with a heavy challenge on McGuinness. one of the more exciting passages of play we've had. As you said, a bit of a scrappy game here, but the corner there, a short corner was taken. The ball was floated into the near post. Goalkeeper had to stretch, punched it away. He was in the back of the net himself, got up quickly and recovered. And then to Robillard with the incredible shot. Ball coming down out of the sky. But we'll pause now. Was Woolfield. Floats it up to the back post. Well, he was there again, Sean Woods, but he couldn't quite get onto the game. Will the game open up now? 64 minutes gone in this match. A game that means nothing except for pride for the home side. Will they throw themselves forward? Searching out an equaliser. That will, of course, leave gaps at the back. They look to be doing that now. They've got somewhat of a back three. It's Malfara, it's Lynch, and it's Wood at the back. They're pressing on and pressing forward with Woolfield, who finds Woods. Woods looking to go around the outside, but Ono is there. .25 minutes to go. It's probably time for a few substitutions to try and mix things up just a little bit. Who will be looking to take more risks with the substitutions? He's looking down at his feet over there on the far side. Is Manly coach Vladimir Knezovic. He's got 3 or 4 players warming up, but he's not calling any of them forward just yet. And Mackenzie Cyron taking his time. The free kick has been awarded, so he's taking as much time as he can. Hands on the hips, having a look up. I'm sure he'll urge his teammates forward as well. Take some very purposeful steps to the left. And having run a good 30 seconds off the clock, plays the ball forward up towards the halfway line and over the halfway line. Brilliant win in the air from Liam Wood. I would love to see a Liam Wood versus Jesse Priz heading challenge. The 2 number 4s, outstanding leaps on both of them. They attack the ball with purpose, both men. And, perhaps on a corner, we might see those two coming into combat. And, a special part of the game here tonight, the 2 number 4s. They've been excellent in the air, challenging, leaping, winning the ball well. Now to Robillard. Beautiful little flick for Burgess. Burgess, he's got Malfara there, so he drops it inside for Coop. Coop evades Lynch really well. Lynch and McGuinness collide with each other somewhat. And the ball is given away, but favour is returned immediately by the University of New South Wales. Priz for Hillier. For Burgess. Back again for O'Driscoll, and again for Neuenhoff. Pufflet pressing on Neuenhoff, as is Harb. He patiently drops the ball off. Does Neuenhoff for O'Driscoll. And he goes again, Neuenhoff. So we get the return pass inside, but it goes to Burgess. Burgess now dancing around Lynch. He's got Malfara in front of him, so he checks back inside. And then plays a lovely ball in for Evans. Looking to pick up the crumbs there. Can't quite get it. And now, can they break? With Harb. We've seen very little of Jyden Harb here tonight. Hasn't really been on the ball, and then just when he gets a chance on the ball, doesn't quite find a teammate. So they're looking to battle their way out from the back, the home side. Manly pressing them high. Malfara over the top for Woods. Woods with O'Driscoll. And O'Driscoll slides in and effects a terrific challenge there. Aaron O'Driscoll. Looks like it's substitution time. A few players coming to the side now. The bibs are coming off. It's time for a couple of changes. It's going to be Manly who make the first change by the looks of things. Up before Malfara. Finds Duffy. Lovely control from Duffy there. And then looks to unleash Pufflet. But only finds Ono. Ono striding forward. Finds Coop. Coop gets a lovely touch. He's taken out late. Referee's going to play the advantage. To Robillard now. Well, he's going to hold it up to Robillard because the Manly player has stayed down. And then he plays the ball out. And it looks like it's Ono. Indeed it is. Kakeru Ono in the number 8 jersey. He was caught late as he plays the ball forward. To Robillard into space, looking to drive forward. A couple of inquiries from the Manly players as to why the referee didn't call that one back. They felt there was a late challenge, and O'Driscoll again making the case. But the referee appears to be suggesting that he did play an advantage. De Robillard was into space. Robillard played it out. Interesting what the referee does here now. Strictly speaking, it is a throw because the ball was played out by Manly. But let's see what he can't order them to do anything, but he can perhaps give some instructions. And now substitution time for Manly. Looks like it's Aston Hume who's going to be making his way on in the 28 jersey. We can see the fourth official getting his board ready, and Kevin Lopez, by the looks of things, coming on for the University of New South Wales. But referee's still pausing. Are we going to have those substitutions or not? Referee glancing across. And in fact, the referee's going to restart things with a drop ball for Manly. So that you feel is the right decision from the referee. Manly were in possession. But, also, for their point of view, it runs some time off the clock that they will be pleased with. 20 minutes to go here at the Village Green. It's been a fortress for the home side, an absolute fortress. 7 home wins, 4 draws and 4 losses for a promoted team that were many people's favourite for relegation, or one of the favourites at least. 7 wins, 4 draws and 4 losses is an absolutely terrific return. But they will be looking to finish off the season getting at least a draw here, and they'll be playing for that, you would imagine. So some attacking substitutions coming up by the looks of things. Kevin Lopez amongst them coming on. As many as 3 substitutes perhaps coming on now for the men in yellow and black. Not before Woods plays it forward. And he finds Woods. He's battled manfully, Woods. Not a tremendous amount to show from his battling. And, you would suggest that he perhaps might be the man to make way, particularly if it is Kevin Lopez that's coming on. Now Hillier flicks it forward for Evans. Lynch does well, wins it well. He's been caught again. Kai Evans, and a little bit of a swinging foot there from Jyden Harb. And the ball is then thrown back by Hillier. Didn't really enjoy that. Hillier throws the ball rather injudiciously directly in front of the referee at Jyden Harb. And so Kai Evans is down. Saxon Hillier threw the ball. Jyden Harb, with to use rugby terminology, rugby union terminology that is, a little bit of active rucking. At the end of all of that, the referee has said there was a free kick awarded in the first place, and so we're going to have a free kick which Jyden Harb is going to take, but perhaps not before we have, it looks like 4 substitutions. So it is indeed Kevin Lopez who was coming on in the 9 jersey. It's Seb Malfara indeed who's coming off. He's worked hard, Malfara. McGuinness is also coming off, and so it's Kevin Lopez in the 9 who was making his way on. And it's also the number 11, Jack Fulton. And then in the 24 jersey, Thomas Hines also on the field. Now, here is Harb. Harb, shaping for the shot. Harb drives it low. Doesn't trouble the goalkeeper there, Jyden Harb. He often needs a sighter, Jyden Harb. He lets one go, and that just gives him the impetus for another shot. So perhaps that might have just been a sighter for Jyden Harb. Confirming number 24, Thomas Hines also on. So Fulton and Lopez certainly attacking options. So they are pressing indeed to get this equaliser. And there is Hines now on the ball straight away, winning it and finding Grant Lynch. Lynch, he's held up there by Coop and driven back by Coop. Didn't quite catch who the Manly player coming on was with those flurry of substitutions. Our 4th official wasn't able to get 4 different sets of on and 4 different sets of off players. So we'll bring you the confirmation of the Manly player that has entered the fray just as soon as we can. Now, Ono and Woolfield. He's defended so well, has Ono, driving Woolfield back. And Harb now, coming deep, Jyden Harb, looking to get himself involved, looking to get Tim Woolfield involved. And Woolfield is chasing Ono, and he does well again. Ono just lets the ball run out there. And now more substitutions coming up. Ben Coop is making his way off. He has worked really, really hard in that number 9 jersey, Ben Coop. Showing for the ball, bring other players into it. That is the end of his night. And again, no number shown up by our 4th official, so we'll confirm in just a moment who that sub is, as Burgess turns it over for Fulton. Look how congested things are there now. Every Manly player dropping back. Just trying to close off all the space they can. And then perhaps try and catch the University of New South Wales on the break. They are certainly pressing forward now. Harb. He's turned it over, Harb. And the ball is dropped back inside now for Evans. Evans now plays the ball into space. It's Hume. Hume plays it in forward for Darabalar. Darabalar has been all action in this second half. Aston Hume in the 28 jersey, flying down that right-hand side. Played the ball in nicely. And Kai Evans now is signalling to the sideline that is probably the end of his night. He's given the universal symbol of "get me off, please." Now we're going to have a corner out on that far side. Another corner. It's Ono. He's been taking the corners from that side. It's been John from this side and Ono from that side. Ono now shaping up for the corner. Neuenhoff, O'Driscoll, Burgess and others there. Ball comes in directly into the hands of the goalkeeper. Takes it at the second attempt. And he floats it out for Fulton. I beg your pardon. He has struggled a little bit with his distribution here tonight, I have to say. Has Tristan Prendergast. And as you would expect, Manly taking just about as much time as you would like. And so there, Kai Evans has made way. It's been a tough night for Kai Evans. He's been kicked from pillar to post. And, he's earned himself a couple of minutes rest on the sideline. And coming on in his place, it's Kimura in the 11 jersey. Here is Kimura now, pressing the goalkeeper. Does well, clears it away. Again, they've picked up the ball so quickly, Manly. That's been a real feature of their game tonight here. When they lose possession, they've won it back quickly. And they've won themselves a free kick there again. And it's Aston Hume. He was on the score sheet just a couple of weeks ago. Their terrific 4-0 win over Sydney Olympic. Burgess, 2 for Coop, and Aston Hume got himself on the scoreboard. His first senior goal, as I understand it. He'll be looking to add to that tonight. You would imagine. Terrific break down the far side there. Nearly setting up to Darabalar for a second. And they're coming again now, driving forward. Priz battling for the ball. And they've got the ball now on the edge of the box. Well, another challenge in the back. No yellow cards yet from this referee. There's been umpteen fouls from the men in yellow and black. Their disciplinary record isn't fantastic. They've got 7 red cards so far this season in just 28 games, which is not a terrific record. Their yellow card record not brilliant either. Campbell's got 9. Malfara's got 7. Wood and Fulton with 6 apiece. So more cards than the casino, I heard somebody mention. But, none so far this evening, but they have given away a free kick in a very, very dangerous position here. The wall is right back. There's just over 10 minutes to go here at the Village Green. You would imagine a second goal here from Manly would absolutely cement their position in the top 6. They're shaping up now for this free kick. Burgess, very interestingly, is kneeling down directly in front of the wall. I'm not sure I've seen that one before. But the free kick now is going to be taken. It's driven. Oh, it's beautifully driven into the bottom corner there. A fantastic free kick by Kakeru Ono. Capping off what has been an absolutely fantastic performance from him. 78 minutes gone in this game. And it's Ono with the free kick. 2-0 Manly lead. I'm not sure what Grant Lynch is giving out about it. It was his free kick, his foul, I should say, on the edge of the box that gave away the free kick. He's not happy. Wood's not happy. But a man who is happy is Kakeru Ono. A beautiful left-footed free kick driven in low, past the despairing dive of Tristan Prendergast. Manly United, are they heading for the playoffs? In terms of the live ladder now, Manly United are going to leapfrog Sydney United. They're going to go to 41 points, you would imagine. Their goal difference is going to improve from -2 to 0. So they will be on 41. They will leapfrog Sydney FC up into 5th position. And they have been well worth their lead here tonight. As O'Driscoll challenged in the air there. And, a couple of University of New South Wales players felt that there was a bit of a flying elbow from O'Driscoll. Kevin Lopez is feeling the after effects of that challenge. Not much appeal, a couple of half-hearted appeals. No free kick awarded and certainly no card, so we play on. And, it's all happening around the grounds. Confirming Sutherland Sharks 2, St George City 1. That's the result. It's 2-0 here to Manly United, and they're looking to make it 3 as they break away. And, University of New South Wales do well and cut them out at the back there. Spirit still leading by 1-0. SG Raiders down to 10 men. And St George FC, they lead by 1-0 against Blacktown City, but they too are down to 10 players. They scored after 5 minutes, but they've conceded a red card after 16. So St George City 1-0 to the good. You cannot take your eyes off this NPL New South Wales men's competition for a second. At the top of the table, at the bottom of the table, in the middle, top 6, Australian Championship. That's all happening, and more to come, of course, tomorrow. In a blockbuster, Apia playing against Sydney United 58. At King Tom, that game could decide the title. A draw for Apia seals it, a win for Apia seals it, a win for Sydney United 58 opens things right up heading into the last weekend of the season. What a season it's been. Tight games, the quality, I have to say, even between last year and this year, I feel has improved significantly. And, it's only just getting started with, of course, the Australian Championship. And now here's Darabalar driving forward. He's got Ono there with him. Darabalar, will he step inside? Looks to play the ball into space. He's won it back really well. That really has been a feature of the game tonight. If they lose the ball, they win it back almost immediately, this Manly side. Burgess looking to play the ball forward. Can't quite find a teammate. And battling well in the air, Woods. He's on the ball again, and Jyden Harb is making an overlapping run. Can't quite find him. And so he chooses to check back inside. They're still battling, as you would imagine, with Hines now. Hines driving forward. Has support outside. Finds the support. 3-4 to aim out in the middle. Chooses to drop it back for Lynch, who finds Wood. He's got Woolfield outside him, but no one really else there. Fulton came short. Wasn't found. And now Lynch. Exchanging passes with Hines. And again for Wood. Wood for Duffy. His pass is charged down, but it makes its way back to Wood. And again for Lynch. And now for Harb, having to come so deep, Jyden Harb, to get himself into this game. Drops it off again for Hines. Hines can't quite find it. Can't quite find a teammate, but he finds the sideline. And that will mean there is a throw-in. The University of New South Wales will be so disappointed in the run-in to the end of the season. Home losses to Sydney Olympic. It's looking like a home loss here to Manly. And those couple of results really have been the difference. When they won here 3-1 in round 24 against Spirit, you thought they really were a shot of a late run at the semis, but since then, defeat to Apia away, defeat to Western City Wanderers, a defeat here at home to Sydney Olympic, a draw at Valentine Sports Park against Blacktown City, and what is looking very much like a defeat here to Manly United has really curtailed their final hopes. They will, of course, survive. They are guaranteed their spot in this top division next year. As ever in the NPL New South Wales, the stronger players in the teams that are towards the end of the division, they tend to get picked off. And you've got to go again, you've got to recruit again, you've got to find players from other teams to strengthen your squad. And it's a battle every season to try and remain in this division. But again, if you gave them that option at the start of the year, Gabe Knowles, I'm sure, would have taken staying up by goal difference on the last day. Their mission at the start of the year certainly was to stay up, and they've achieved that. They are maybe a little bit disappointed with the way the season has finished. But Kevin Lopez now with a chance. Well, Kevin Lopez with the chance. The Red Seas opened up in front of him. He had much more time, I feel, than he thought. And he couldn't quite find the corner of the goal. He did find the target. Not a difficult save at all for Mackenzie Siren, who has been terrific tonight again. He was so well positioned. He stayed tall. He sort of froze Kevin Lopez, so to speak. And Lopez in two minds there about whether he was going to drive it, place it, or curl it. And he ended up doing not really any of those three and passed it directly to Mackenzie Siren. He's a tall goalkeeper, Siren. Covers the goal well. And, he looks to have deserved his clean sheet tonight. And he'll be looking to hang on for another 5 minutes or so to get that clean sheet. Looks like we've got some more action over on the Manly bench. Speaking to Vladimir Knezovic beforehand, he did suggest, not guarantee, but he suggested that there might be a late substitution. As the ball is played across there now, oh no, can't quite affect the clearance properly, and Fulton has got it, and he drops it back for Woolfield. Woolfield takes a touch, and a tackle then to retain the ball with his second touch. Crossed it now to the back post, and evades everybody. Duffy is there, and he's there again, Duffy. And there is Harp, cushion Tedder, looking to find Duffy again. Can't quite find him. Hines is there. And de Robillard nearly into space. Oh no. Tries to find de Robillard. A little bit of the shape going out of this game, as you would imagine. University of New South Wales desperate to get back into this, desperate to get a goal, to try and turn their fortunes around. And Hillier just does absolutely brilliantly there. Holds up the ball, uses his body, and draws the foul brilliantly from Jack Fulton. He's been a standout, has Saxon Hillier. It's a phrase that I use quite a bit in commentary. The trabajo oscuro, as they say in Spanish football. The dark work doesn't mean cheating. It just means the work that doesn't appear in statistics. The tackles, the runs, covering players off, making supporting runs. And he has done that really, really well here tonight. Now, a couple of substitutions for Manly. And we'll just confirm the numbers coming on. So coming on in the number 3 jersey. So it's Matt O'Donoghue, who has made his way on. And he's straight into the action. O'Donoghue, and he wins it well. And Kit Harper has made his way onto the field. Had a conversation with Vladimir Knezovic about Kit Harper earlier on. I won't put too much pressure on him by revealing who his father is, a famous footballing father, but I'm sure you can probably guess. Kit Harper is on the field, and he has family here supporting him tonight. Now, University of New South Wales are not worried about debutantes coming on for Manly United. They're worried about getting themselves back into this game. There is Kamura, looking to win himself a free kick. So it's Harper who was on, and it's also O'Donoghue in the 3. Again, making it easy for me here. Quite a few Irish names out there now. O'Donoghue, O'Driscoll, Harper. There's a Liam, there's a Sean, and there was a McGuinness. So very much to my liking in terms of ease of pronunciation. And right on cue, Aaron O'Driscoll is standing over this free kick, the Cherry Orchard man. Takes his time, O'Driscoll. It's just over 90 seconds remaining of normal time. And O'Driscoll plays it forward. When he finds Grant Lynch, wins it again at the second attempt, O'Driscoll drops it short for Harper. A little back flick there from Harper. And he goes again, Harper. To get himself onto the ball again. So a lively start from a couple of substitutes. Harper and O'Donoghue. Kimura is also getting involved in the action. Manly Can they get a third goal? Goal difference might well come into this. It is so tight in those positions 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now the ball is played here to this near side for O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue takes a touch. He's going to run the clock down here, you'd imagine. Woolfield is there battling away. O'Donoghue. Did he get the last touch? Well, last touch off blue, says the referee. O'Donoghue doesn't agree. But it's going to be a throw-in for Woolfield. And back you go, says our match referee. And cleared away. The challenge comes in from Kimura. And there was an appeal there for the free kick. Again, he's refereed in this fashion tonight, which I quite like Jack Nelson. He's not whistling immediately. He's waiting to see if anything develops. And then blowing the whistle and saying, yep, that was a foul. No advantage forthcoming. We have gone past the 90 minutes now. Surely just playing for a consolation goal here. The home side in yellow and black. And they're spreading it out now to this near side for Fulton. Fulton for Woolfield. But, Ono has had the better of that matchup so far tonight, Ono. And he drives it forward, looking to find O'Driscoll. Can't quite find him. Good defending there from Harper. And we're going to have a long throw. This has been a feature of University of New South Wales this year, the long throws. Not so many tonight, but here comes Woolfield now. And it's flicked on to the edge of the box. And flicked back in by Duffy. Forward now, Lynch and Kimura. Lynch is there, does well. Drops it back to his goalkeeper. Referee, a long look at the watch. We've had 1 minute already of injury time. We've had a couple of stoppages. Not too many. Prendergast now floats the ball forward towards the edge of the box. O'Driscoll up in the air again, wins it. And he finds Hines. And Hines then drops it outside for Vinci. For Harb. Looking to go again, Jyden Harb. But hasn't really been his night, Jyden Harb. The danger man has been marked so closely. Hillier, Neuenhoff and others have kept him absolutely out of this game. John as well. Hasn't been able to get anything other than that sighter of a shot. Didn't quite trouble the keeper. And, when those defenders haven't been on top of it, Priz has been. He's done really well. And there is Harper now again. He's been challenged in the back with himself a free kick. Approaching 2 minutes now of out of time haven't been played. Surely 2 minutes by the time this free kick is taken. And, by the looks of the demeanours of both sets of players, Manly happy to hear that final whistle. University of New South Wales probably not happy, but at least content to hear the full-time whistle. A little bit of a disagreement going on there between the fourth official and the University of New South Wales bench. Not sure what that's all about. But here comes Siren. He floats the ball forward. Lynch wins it well in the air. And then John. They're still battling out there, Manny, looking to get a third goal. Lynch is not going to have that on his watch. Clears it away. And then a challenge comes flying in there from O'Driscoll. The blonde locks flowing. Strong challenge over on that far side. 2.5 minutes now of out of time. Another look at the watch from the referee, Lopez. Chests it down. Ball is played through for Harb. Can he get on the end of it? Keeper, says Mackenzie Siron. And then he lets the ball roll and picks it up. And the referee says that will do us. A 2-goal victory for Manly puts them on course for the playoffs. Goals from Neuenhoff after 22 minutes and Ono after 78 has sealed a comprehensive victory here for Manly. They move up into 5th place on the ladder and they will be pressing their claim for final spot against the Wollongong Wolves. Next week, it's David Feeney here alongside Dennis Lee on camera. And we'll bid you a very good night from the Village Green. And we will see you next time at the football. push it. Sorry, I'll let you do it. So I don't break it.